Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of the Monie Podcast. I am your host, Monie, and today my guest is a man who has made people laugh, think, and feel all at once. Okay, he's a comedian, producer, community builder, and someone whose influence in Toronto's comedy scene is deeply felt. But behind the jokes is a man with a story, challenges, love, loss, and purpose. We'll talk about his creative journey, what's it like to build a life in comedy, and the values that anchor him. So, if it's okay, I also want to, get into something more personal, if you're open to it, about your daughter, your advocacy work, and how your family life shapes the work you do. Please help me welcome my guest, Mr. J. Martin.
Wow.
Right?
That's how they kind of do it when they call you to the stage. It's the big J. Martin. I'm so happy to be on the Monie Podcast. Yours truly, J. Martin, and known as the Renaissance Man. So gave me that name, and it kind of stuck, and I roll with it. There's so much things to be done, but I'm so happy to be on the show with y'all. Make sure you peep and tell your friends about it, because you can see it. I'm funky fresh in the flesh, and when I say funky fresh in the flesh, she's rocking the purple, which is bright and nice. I like your color scheme. So how you been, girl?
I've been good. I've been blessed, I have to say, and you're looking good.
Thank you.
It's always good to see you and meet up with you, and
yes.
Especially in this style. This is so needed and a bit long overdue. I've been trying to get you for a while,
I can't lie. I haven't made it easy. The other day I was at a fundraiser last week. Wednesday, downtown. I rolled up and I did the show, and this man comes over in a suit and he's like, can I have your card? And I said, no. And he was like, what? I go, I don't have cards, and not because I don't want cards to tell people. I figure if you're going to find me, you're going to find me. Right now, my schedule is so busy. Giving you a card and I'm at a fundraising.
Yeah.
They're just going to want me to do another fundraising event. And not that I don't do them, but I want to make sure that they get vetted and I can do the right ones with my time.
Oh, what you say? You can call it a card.
No, he said, "Mark, could I have your card?" I don't know what a card is, but it must be like a business card. That's how he said it. I was dying. I was like, okay, sir, how about no? But we're here. It's been a while. Our schedules match. I apologize if it wasn't up to speed, but we're here now.
We're here now, and that's all that matters.
That's right.
You have a story, and I just want to talk about, you're more than a laugh. I want to get into the comedy, your courage, fighting, and for your daughter, and so forth. Let's start with... when did you first feel that comedy was your calling?
To be honest with you, it's funny. I'm doing 30 years. Let's start off by saying it's been 30 years that y'all have been supporting your boy doing comedy. The first thing I did 30 years ago was a wedding. I was nervous. I was like, why did you pick me to be your MC? And she goes, you have a sense of humor. And I started the jokes there.
Yeah.
And that's where it started. But it really started before that. To be honest with you, I faced a lot of hardships as a child. Like, not your average hardships. Sure, my parents divorced at 5. My mom, when I was born, I wasn't even aware of this. I laid on her pelvic bone that allowed her to be somewhat crippled with her walk, which I didn't know because when I'm born, that's all I saw. And if you guys have seen the movie Usual Suspects with Kaiser Sose and his foot is kind of turned, that's how my mother used to walk. And I used to say to my brother, man, I wish she could run. And he's like, she used to run, but until you were born. And I didn't even know that it was the way I was set. Later, unfortunately, we had some hardships with my brother passing away at 12. Drowning unexpectedly at Heart Lake, Professor's Lake, so to speak. And then when I hit 15, my mom diagnosed cancer and unfortunately passed away. And the funeral was on my 16th birthday, which my dad didn't really remember. So there was a lot of hardships before getting into my adolescence and being a young man. But I noticed when I walked in high school, there were some friends that I had that didn't know how to react to it. And I would walk down the hall and I'd see them kind of duck into a hallway.
Yeah, not
just
not
to avoid, not that they didn't like me.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd make them laugh and it would make them a little more comfortable. And that was the start.
That's where it
so in
started.
high school, if anyone knew me going into high school, I might be sociable, but after that point, it just turned right up. At basketball games, life of the party in the audience, cracking jokes, rapping, music. And I was fortunate that my older brother is a rapper, Juno Award winner, Mr. Metro. He is one of Canada's biggest rappers.
Yes.
He's like KRS-One and all the big rappers at the times. Him and Maestro Fresh West came out at the same time, and he brought me on tour with him. So I learned to learn the music and the stage from a very early age. I was leaving high school to go down to Much Music to perform, singing backgrounds. So even though I was shy demeanor, so to speak, the church boy, Sevy boy, going to church every day in my suits, didn't have no jeans, but I rock jeans today though. I was going to be on TV. So he forced me into the limelight, but I didn't know that comedy and that would eventually save my
be here
life.
calling.
Yeah.
Wow. Would you say it had a bit to do with you turning to comedy to help suppress some of the pain that you
That is the best question you could ever have asked me today. Truth be told, and I don't want it to be a pity party because these are the things that anchor you. And you ask everyone, how do they get to where they are? It's the narcs, it's the chops. Everyone who says, yeah, Miss Scratch Me, yes, they remember the battle that they went through to heal. And I've always been healing. At 18, I'm in high school and I get this little pain in my back and I'm like, what is it? But it gets bigger and bigger and more stronger pain. And I'm like, to the touch, you can't touch it. And I've come to find out I was diagnosed with shingles. Shingles is a disease of old people. I had it at 18. And when I had shingles at 18, the doctor was like, hey man, you have two choices. One, dead. Two, stop internalizing all of your pains and your stress.
Wow.
So that was the healing that laughter saved my life. No ifs, ands, or buts. No doctor in the history of the world would ever diagnose a 17-year-old kid with shingles. It just doesn't happen.
I've never heard.
So I had it. I had it at that age, and I had a lot of things. Like I call myself the 1 in 10. There's a UB40 song called "I Am a 1 in 10," and I used to say I'm the 1 in 10 because weird things happened, and I realized that was the legacy of me feeling like you're special. There's always someone that goes, how are you special? Some people can sing, they're lyrically inclined. You know, you got Vibes Cartel selling out 3 concerts in an hour. That man has a skill. Do you know what I mean? Mine has been adversity that had me to get to where I am, and that was a skill with it. So when having shingles and then Bell's palsy with facial paralyzed, I've had knees, ankles, replacement hip, replacement neck. After getting a car accident, had to get it replaced again. But everyone's like, oh, where'd you go through? How do you keep going?
Yes.
I keep going because, and we'll touch it a little bit later, I realized that people that aren't here or are in different situations would trade places with me in a second. And I have the most courageous daughter in the world. So people ask, who is your inspiration? Comedically, I can name my 5 top comedians. If it's not a question, I will deal with that later. But my inspiration to keep going when adversity faces me at its best would be my daughter.
Your daughter,
watch her chuck along, and man, I'm like, you don't want anything that happened to you to happen to your children. But I think she's even faced more operations and adversity than me. So sorry, I know that might have been a little long-winded, but I'm on a coast, I'm on a flow. I'm going to let y'all know because I don't want to forget till later.
That's amazing. You know, just hearing your story, it's like a synopsis of what you've been through and your upbringing in a little nutshell there.
Yeah. It's where it comes from. It's where it started. And it'll get dark because they say comedians and their talent that they have usually comes from a dark place. And you're like, how does it come from dark to be funny? But they say the opposite of dark is light. And the only light that ever came to us came through laughter. So I was always in search of laughter.
It's the best medicine.
It very much is.
What was your early life like growing up in Malton, GTA, and how did that shape your voice and humor? You know, I grew up in Malton too.
Oh, you said that?
Yeah, when I first came to Canada.
Oh, really?
It was Malton.
That's nice. I didn't know that about you. You're now even higher on my list. You're always on the list at high, but you're higher on the list. Malton is everything.
Yes.
It was everything. And for me, it was everything. It's so weird. I celebrated a birthday last week, but my longest friend in history, we met in grade 1.
Really? And
We're
you're still friends to this
day.
Wow.
To be
I love
honest
those
with
friendships.
you,
Love those ones.
when Mom passed in 86, his parents filed for adoption for me. That's how
Close you were.
right? And they wanted to make sure I was taken care of. But we talked today, and his sister was dancing with me for a routine. So if y'all check out Instagram, you'll see me dancing with a girl, and I've known her from like she's a baby, and we danced together. But Malton is everything for me.
Yes.
It's everything that I've known. I drove past my grade school, my middle school, my high school. There's nothing I didn't do there. People that I've met. It's a unique town. Like, again, we were there from when I was little, when there was just Italians. They're like, I'm from Malton with the Italian accent.
Yeah.
And then a bag of West Indian moving. They're like, I'm from Malton. And now a bag of East Indian. I'm from Malton. So we went from pizzas to patties to samosas. It's not a racist joke. It's a big one. But we all get along. We all got along. And everyone moves through life. That's what Canada is. But Malton's just a special place. So yeah, my growing up there, I have nothing but fond experiences. You know, yes, family losses, but the people, the relationships, the sports, the entertainment, the way we rep for our city. Shout out to all of the other Maltonites, Tricks, and of course George Strophanopoulos, and all the rest of the big people then from Malton. Big up yourself, Baby Blue Sound Crew.
Baby Blue.
All of these people
my
came out of
God.
this little nutshell, which they used to call Mississauga's armpit, because we little and with Talawa. But big things, Paul Coffee, hockey. It just goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
It's very proud for that little square footage of town to represent that.
Malton is known. I'm
I
telling you.
never knew you were a Malton. I'm proud of you,
When I
girl.
first came to Canada, that was where my parents lived, close to the Westwood Mall.
Yes.
Westwood Mall.
But don't get it twisted. Malton, though it's small, it had its regions of madness. Being an adolescent, if I had a girlfriend and she came from Scarborough, I would send her all the way to Yorkdale so that she can go on the Malton 58 and come past my house. Because if you sent her through Malton Westwood Mall, them yard man are riding them bicycle,
Everybody.
eat a lot, and take away your things. And you're like, but where did you go? And she's like, I don't know. I didn't go anywhere. You went somewhere. Somebody took you out of PD day, and it wasn't me. So that was like Malton. They thief your bike and your girl. That's what the thing said.
It's on a PD day.
Totally.
Oh, man. You know, was there ever a moment that you almost gave up or doubted yourself? And if so, how did you push through? You know, we've all had those moments.
Oh, man, there's too many of those moments. Like doubting yourself. And it's funny because, again, when you lose the people that you love, that's the first step of depression to go, doubting yourself. But I just had such a good team around me. Shout out to my church, Humble Beginnings.
Nice.
They showed me the love of God and how infinite his power is, and truth in believing in prayer. People, every time they hear me pray, they're more... Two things I do that the people don't know I do.
Yes.
That they're most shocked at is sometimes when I sing and when I pray, and they're like, "How does he pray like that?" Well, I've been praying for so long, and I instilled that in my mom. Even when I was very, very good at soccer, it was sad because I thought it could take me anywhere I want to go, but I wasn't allowed to play on Sabbath. So I would go to church and kind of begrudge church because I was like, "You're taking me away." They want me to do Pathfinders. They want me there Friday to Sunday. I was like, man, I couldn't do anything. I didn't even go to care band until I was a big band. Like, I never even see.
Really?
Everybody's telling me I go down to the white puppy. I've never been till I was a big man. So it was, when I say to answer your question, church foundation would never let me give up. Prayer never let me give up. Great ambitious friends. Like, I have a circle of what they call the mandem that we know that this doesn't exist in other fields. You know what I mean? We have like 10 to 12 guys that are still tight to this day, and not tight like when the mandem say, "Oh, my mans are tight," like literally tight.
That's
which
good.
led us when 80% of them went into university. So you just were like-minded to go to university.
Yeah.
Which I did. Like, I probably would never have went to university if my friends
didn't have
weren't going
that
there.
influence.
You know what I mean?
That's good.
Accountability, fatherhood. You know, I remember even when I had my first child, my friends then had an intervention being like, you're a dad now.
Yeah.
You can't run a street. Like, they pulled me up on the street to be like, Jay, you got to do that. So when you have those kind of brothers with you, making you accountable for what you do, that just allows you to be a better person.
To push through and the doubt just kind
of... Those doubt times, they're there. Trust me, they never change. And I'll get into it. Like, I worked in the corporate world. I left. I went, you know, freelance. I was always doubting, can I do this? Can I, or do I have to go back to corporate? And here I stand, 17 years of just being working for me, and I've done pretty well for myself.
Very well.
To say the least. You know what I mean?
Very well. That's amazing. I like that brotherhood circle that you mentioned. You know, it's so rare. We need that, especially with the young men nowadays that are growing up in the community. Definitely.
And it's what it is. Like, we watch the news and we'll see 10 to 15 people in hoodies smashing up a jewelry store. And that's somebody in a crew of people to do that. No, of course we're guys. Sometimes we might ride a bike. Someone might grab a bike and take it. But nothing in terms of my crew going out there taking things that don't belong to us. You know what I mean? It wasn't in style for us to rob.
To come do those things.
It's things.
True.
So,
I've never seen it either. It's just recently I've been seeing a lot of those videos. I'm like, what's going on?
How did you get 20 people in unison to go bust up?
Go do that? No fear. They just do it like, take that, like it's mine. Like, oh my gosh.
It's just a sad world, unfortunately. But it is what it is.
You know, in the beginning, you mentioned the title Renaissance Man. You know, you've been given that title, Renaissance Man. Not just a comedian, but producer, event creator. How do you juggle all these hats? You know?
First of all, shout out to my man Eddie Williams, who gave me the name. He's Eddie, the go-to man. He goes, I'm not going to call you J. Martin no more, or Laugh Doctor. I'm calling you the Renaissance man. And I said, why? He goes, because the Renaissance man just does a lot of things.
It's
and
true.
I was like, oh, okay. I actually didn't really understand this concept at first. And then I started to realize, you know, I've written books, a book, movie, a sitcom, a dinner play. It's just trying my hand at what I can do. I've sang, I've written music, I've taught music, I've played music. Acted. I'm featuring, by the time this gets out, I probably will be on Office Movers, the TV show.
Where is that?
Crave.
Netflix?
It's
on Crave.
I play a role of a pastor. I don't want to leak it, but I play a role of Pastor Errol.
Should be good.
And it's gonna be good. Now, your church might not be happy with what I do with the pastor role. I just read my script. Don't condemn me. I hope it comes out before I do your church, because they'll be like, no way, that's not Jay, but it's just acting, people.
That's
but yeah, it's a great acting experience. So there's so much things that the Renaissance man does. But I appreciate it, because what this city has done is they've never looked at me and be like, you can't do that. They were like, we believe in you.
Exactly.
So even in your intro, I was listening to it, and you were like, the city looks to this guy to do these things. The Experience is an event I did where it's a food inclusive, and I brought John B, an artist outside on a golf course. Just nice elements of things that people like. And I can't lie, a lot of my influence has come from Jamaica. Like every time I go to Jamaica and I go to an event, I'm like, Canada has no clue. But shout outs to my man D Bandit, who does Sunset and he does Rehab. And I know he goes to Carnival and does, you know, those things with those soca brainwash guys. But until you experience like a Frenchman or, you know, any of the events that happen in Jamaica, you're just like, what was I thinking? Like, what was I thinking? Like, I went to Frenchman on January 1st. I hosted the Brampton the Brampton New Year's Eve gala right at down the street there, and 4, 3, 2, 1, and they let off some dead firecrackers, and I was like, what is this? And less than 12 hours later, I'm standing at Frenchman, and you hear Frenchman, drones, $100,000 in firecrackers. This is where the party began. I'm like, you are joking. What is this in Canada? I'm going like them a big first world country, and I'm like, yo,
that was worth the experience.
I went to Frenchman last year. I can't even afford to go to Frenchman this year. Like, I'm just like, this is madness.
Once in a lifetime.
So when I go to Jamaica, to be honest, when anyone says, what are your influences? That's where my influences
You get a lot from there.
You know what I mean? It will touch why I'm so much in Jamaica a little.
Yes.
But yeah, I took on 2 business opportunities in Jamaica that are doing well. And again, the Renaissance man, so to speak, I hate in the third person, but it's the ability to take on a new project and use your reputation that precedes you for that project to become successful.
Renaissance man, I love that. It's a title that fits you well.
Thank you.
Your comedy and your creative process. I want to touch on that because I've been to a lot of your events, a lot of your shows, and how do you write your material? You know, like, do you draw mostly from personal experience or observations? Tell me a little bit where you get some of your things. Cause
listen, that's such a good way to explain it. Comedy, of course, is really what our minds are and what our experiences are. When I first started, I would write jokes like that. Like, okay, what's funny? Write it. Okay. And try to produce it. But then as I got older, I realized that people would just steal it. Like, fans would just steal your joke. Big time. Especially the way you tell it. So you'd be sitting on stage hearing the joke. Yeah. And I was like, this is crazy. So then I started to do what you said, make them my own life experiences. Like, you need to have a son. You need to have 3 daughters.
Yeah, to run the jokes.
You need to have what I've been through. Like, even the neck operation that I had, I wrote a catheter joke. And you've had to have a catheter put in you to understand. It's not fun. But when I do it, I'm explaining it, like how the lady is just shoving things into your things, and I'm speaking in tongues. And I'm like, tell him, I thought you said this wasn't going to hurt. And then she goes out another inch and another inch. And I wanted to kill her. Like, it's just explaining that. So if you're a comedian that's never had it, you can't steal it. And if you do steal it, everyone's going to be like, that's Jay. Yeah. So I started writing anything that happened to me. And because I think weird things happen to me makes my material that realistic. But the process, as you said, it's different. As everyone on camera knows, and who knows, my secret ingredient is my material is clean. Yes. I do not curse in my material at all. That's true. And Benny asked, why don't you curse? Yes, it's my upbringing. However, 2 reasons. Number 1, I tried it. And that was the one night someone was like, that's not authentic.
It probably didn't fit you. You know, you were just like,
I said, let me try it. It didn't work. And the second reason why I do it is because you can get unclean comedy everywhere.
It's true.
But for the clean mind, the religious mind, where's their fun? I want to be their fun. Yeah. And that allows me an opportunity to step into spaces that they can't go. They try. Trust me. They think just because they don't say an F word that the joke is clean. That doesn't make the joke clean. It's using words that are fine. Like here, I use the word catheter because it's a medical term. And you both and everyone who's watching will understand. No other comedian would have said that. They would have said D word, that word, put it in my this, and use adjectives to describe it. And that's not my style. I always think, all right, my mom's watching.
Yes.
Could I do this? Yeah, there's stuff that I borderline or I let your mind go there. That's the key to writing material. So my creative process, to be honest with you, bacayat again. I go to Jamaica every October and I write a whole new hour or a whole new 45 minutes while I'm there eating mango on the porch. And I'm like, here we go. So the material, and I don't want to write just Jamaican material because I want my
to be diverse.
To be diverse. Just Sunday, I performed at the Yuck Yucks for the Nubian show. Big shout outs to Kenny Robinson, 35 years in the business. And the joy was making white people like really bend over because they're just like, wow. You know what I mean? So my material, even like we're talking now, I learned a big lesson when I first started. I'm going to tell you quickly. My first ever public show, I did some private things, was at York Event Theater, and it was hosted by Russell Peters. And way back, and he said, when did you start? And I said, today. And he's like, no way, and proceeded to take me like on tour and open for him all over for the next year and a half.
Yes.
But what I learned from him is your character and your voice comes out in your comedy. So we all know how to speak patois.
Yeah, and even Russell Peters.
Well, he certainly knows how to speak patois. But yeah, because he lived with a Jamaican guy, big up Marlon, and taught him how to eat. And his name was Marlon, and he gave him bully beef and gave this Indian guy all sorts of stuff. Now he knows it so well. But he was like, if you notice, Jay, I don't speak Indian when I speak comedy. I speak Canadian. And when I imitate in their language.
Yes,
and I
that's
was like,
true.
yeah, so I wouldn't speak patois unless I was doing a character. And it worked so much better than me coming in, Wagwan people. Well, I'm not born there. No. I'm born in Canada. You know what I mean? And you can't out Jamaican a Jamaican. Trust me, the first time I performed there was terrifying because I'm like, I can't out Jamaican a Jamaican. So just be Canadian with a Jamaican's flair.
Gosh, big ups to that. Oh, really, your jokes are clean, and that's why you're able to cross over onto so many boundaries. Again, why you're gonna be doing our event, you know?
Exactly.
And they look at who can we get,
and I heard he wanted me there, so
yes.
I'm happy.
You see, well requested. So, how do you balance being funny and being meaningful? You know, sometimes you have that side to you where you just kind of.
Vroom.
Yeah.
Oh, it's there. And it's funny because as I'm getting older and more mature, people are like, you're a comedian? Like when they're first interacting with you, they don't know because the jokey Jay, he's getting older. Yeah. But, you know, you say meaningful. It's now the delivery. Like I watch myself performing now on tape as opposed to then. And I was much more physical and more facial. Yeah, and now I just know that the joke is so confidently funny that I don't need to do all them little so it meaningful. It's funny, when I was a comedian, the worst thing that started when I started was comedians were misinterpreted as jokers. Clowns and
off stage,
just off stage. General,
yeah.
Clowns are just court jesters. Hey, look at what I can.
Yeah,
and they're some of the most intellectual people I've ever met in my life. No joke. And I always wanted people to know that I'm smart. And that was the charisma behind it. So when you say, how do I separate from different? It's how you feel right before you go on and change your tone. But when I come off, it comes right back to take it easy, Jay. You know what I mean? It's that guy.
I love that. Really, really love that. Have you ever performed a joke that you regretted doing later? And how do you decide like your boundaries? You kind of touch a little bit on it, but did you do a joke and you're like, shouldn't I say that one later? Absolutely. Yeah. Really?
Absolutely. I'll never forget the day. There was so much problems with it, and I'm so glad you asked the question. I don't even think it's been on tape to be addressed. We were doing this Ice Cream Summerfest. It was a big concert at Budweiser now, 13,000 people. And between acts, me and another comedian, Tricks, were telling jokes.
Tricks, yes.
And we're like, let's do a sound clash. Like, we'll split the whole concert facility, 8,000 versus 8,000, and we'll play music. So we went hip hop. When we come out, we'll do hip hop. When we come out the next time, we'll do slow jams. Next time, we'll do, soca. And then we end it with reggae. Okay. So when we got to reggae, the DJs were picking the songs. Right? Okay. Not necessarily me, but he played Flex for Tricks.
Yes.
And the place went nuts because we had done Dirty Wine and then it went Flex and the place went nuts. But we all know what song comes after Flex. It's Boom Bye Bye, and my side had Boom Bye Bye. So they played it, but it was like Boom Bye Bye, and they wheeled it. And the crowd went mad.
Oh.
Coincidentally enough, it was Gay Pride weekend.
Uh-oh.
So it wasn't like to diss them, but the song disses them.
The song disses them.
If you know culture of music, there's the words of the song, but there's the vibe and the rhythm.
Correct.
Like they were caught in the conundrum. So I was like, stop. I can tell that the crowd was, half of them were yaying about the tune and the other half
was like,
yaying about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, nobody feel no way. Them have a big party going over there, so are we there over here? So, but I wasn't segregating us. I was just saying how it's going.
Yes.
My dear, the next day, funny enough, Trix and I were both booked in Jamaica to do a show. So we flew down, and I kept hearing, oh my gosh, this community is upset with you. And I'm like, upset with me for what? Like, there's a tape showing you what happened.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, to the point that a year later, and I'm going to say this to let you know how you never know who you affect when you do comedy. I was performing at the time Don Jail for Black History Month.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for the inmates, it was for the guards.
Okay.
And I remember being there with Dwight Drummond, and I did the jokes. He spoke about growing up in Jane and Finch, and we were finished. We were eating jerk chicken, and one of the guards was like, "Can I speak to you for a second?" I'm like, "Sure." And she brought me around the corner, and she was like, "I've been waiting for the day for you to slip up so that one day you're in jail, I would break a stick in you." And I said, "What?" And I was thinking it was like, because she was smiling, like, "You're so funny. Can I have a word with you?"
Yeah,
And I was
you
like,
just were.
We almost walked out a hot stick. And she said this, and she was like, "I was at that concert, and I was offended." And I was like, "I understand your offense."
Yeah, you had the chance to explain.
Explain it, but I never, ever, I didn't choose the
song.
I never did it. I wanted to calm everybody down. And I'm like, I'm not homophobic in no way.
Yeah.
In no way. But it just went across the community. She was like, "They're going to ban your shows." And you asked if I ever told a joke. I wish that never happened.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I came unscathed, because I'm still scarred from it.
Yeah.
Because thank God I never had a speeding ticket or a drunken drive and ended up there, because then I wouldn't understand. But to truth be told, as I grew up, at first I was like, I can say what I want. But I never thought that so many people would be affected
by that.
And what happens even later.
It's true.
That song could have been a song where a friend of theirs lost their life to it.
That's true.
That song is a constant reminder of how people are cruel to people that are different from them. And that was it. So I realized that my platform, though it's amazing to get parties and shows and concerts, it's just as much that you have to be careful.
Yeah.
There's no gay joke in it.
No.
But for this sensitive world, and I don't mean then, that was very wrong. We're in a sensitive world right now.
Yes.
So you have to be careful of what
definitely.
you say. You can easily be canceled.
Yeah.
And you don't know when someone hates you without you even knowing.
And that helped to change some of the ways you approached
writing
afterwards.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, you're just
big time.
Yeah.
I just was like, okay, what can I say? Even when I went to morning radio, I realized that what Jay can say and even my co-host can say are two different things.
Things.
You know what I mean? Because it's perceived differently.
Yeah, I think
that's a good question. I had to tell that story.
I'm glad you were able to share.
So officers, please, if you pull me over, I'm good. Don't break nothing in me. And that's me putting it nicely. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. What's one performance or show you're most proud of, and why?
Oof, there's so many.
You've done a lot.
There's so many. But I can say there are two that were defining. Like they were when I was like, I know I want to do this, but they were defining, and they were one after each other. The first one, it was in the same building, the Hershey Center. The Hershey Center was 5,000 people.
Yes, Hershey Center.
I wanted to do it so bad. I remember they had concerts sold out, SWV, Tony. And it was packed. And they're like, you got 5 minutes, and they kept pushing me. And then Tony was there, but Raphael Sadiq, the lead singer of Tony wasn't there. So there was another guy singing It
His
Feels
part.
Good, this, that. And I had material, but
Yes.
they put me on after then.
Okay.
And the people were noticeably upset. And I was like, Wagwan with Tony Phony. And I was like, when they sang It Feels Good, it never feel no good. They went nuts. And when they sang It's Our Anniversary, somebody needs to give them a divorce. And every shot I shot, the crowd
was
nuts.
feeling it. Yeah.
And they loved it. They loved it. And I only had like about 6 minutes. And that was the time where anyone that was there was like, who is this new guy? And then I got booked to do the gospel concert, which I will never, ever, ever forget. It was Donnie McClurkin, Yolanda Adams, and Kirk Franklin.
Yes.
And they did a tour, and I got like 30 minutes in a church crowd.
Yes.
And when that church crowd roared, if you ever seen that movie Maximus,
yes,
all it, that's what it felt like to hear 5,000 people roar.
Yes.
You can feel it. Like it's like a lion. And
amazing.
that was it for me. I wanted that all the time.
Eh?
All the time. Like I was like, this is a big thing. Shout out to my boy Leroy. He put on that show and gave me that 30 minutes and kind of changed my life.
Can it change your life?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm just smiling hearing your stories. I just picture myself.
I'm a storyteller. Yeah, it's a vibe. It was a vibe. They were like, what? I remember I did a joke about me almost getting beat up by a kid in high school as a hall monitor. And the kid that wanted to choke me, they called him CM. And I'm like, what's CM? And the other kid said his name is CM. It stands for condensed milk because he's kind of slow, which is hilarious because then I start telling them how slow.
Yeah, it comes out of this thing.
You got to blow into the can to speed it up. And this is what he uses for his laugh name. So when I said, dear Lord, I know I'm going to go, but it's my time to go, but please don't let me die in the hands of a man named condensed milk. The crowd lost their mind. It was just, they were just dying. So I like bringing the experience of being a Jamaican Canadian kid and telling you what the developments of life is.
And you have some jokes, man.
Thank you. Yes, I'm gonna write some new ones for the church one. No,
yeah,
I'm gonna write some new ones.
And bring back some classics because
I will. No, there's some classics. Yes, there's definitely some.
I don't know exactly how it goes, but it's when you said the young boy was praying.
Yes.
Oh, that's my all-time favorite.
It's a killer. It's a killer.
That one, I love when you do that one. And
it's so
he gets so deep into the prayer.
By the time I wrote that joke, my son was literally in daycare. He's 6'2" and 17 now. People still the joke.
That joke is a classic.
I'm like, it must be a classic. Oh my gosh.
Because the accent and everything you do, I'm like, that's exactly how it is. Oh my gosh. I laugh. I love that one. Gonna bring it down a little bit. I want to get into your family.
Sure.
Maybe some loss and your advocacy work.
Yes.
You know, you've been very open. I've seen online about your daughter. Is it Jalissa? That's what you say? Jalissa. Her lupus journey. Can you take us back to when you first learned about her diagnosis and what that moment was like for you as a father?
Wow. I'm going to be clear. This is facts. Jalissa was always brighter than kids, and every parent says my kid is the brightest kid, but literally no ifs, ands, or buts. Jalissa was reading like books at 3 years old.
Yeah.
By 4, she's in kindergarten reading to classes. Like she was always ahead, with her schooling. So that being said, she got like the award for valedictorian in mid-grade school. She was reading her valedictorian speech in middle school, going to high school. And I was tape recording her, and I'll never forget it because it was the same night that the Raptors had a draft. And I was having my friends them text me who they were drafting. They were drafted Terrence Ross that year.
Yes.
And as I was taping her, I noticed, like I zoomed in and I noticed she had like this little lump on
the side, yeah.
So we're like, maybe it's a bump.
We
brought her to the doctor, and he's like, nah, it's not a bump. Let's, put you in an appointment to sick kids. So we go down to sick kids. They do all these testing. And I'm like, you feel okay? She's like, I feel fine. And we were driving back from sick kids, me and her. It was just me and her. And they were like, hi. My phone rang. I'm like, hello. And they're like, hi. Them times you could not drive with your head.
Yeah.
And they were like, I was like, hey, like, are you Jaleesa's dad, Mr. Martin? I said, yeah. She goes, we're going to need you to grab a bag and come right back. She's not going anywhere. And I'm like, so we came back and we didn't know what it was. They brought her in 2 more tests and they first thought she was diagnosed with Hodgkin's cancer.
Okay.
So we were worried because I lost my mom to cancer. And even the day that they were giving us the diagnosis was the exact anniversary day of her passing. Yeah. So it was a hell of a lot to deal with. And I don't know, maybe because it wasn't cancer, not that lupus is any different. They're kind of like a family. It's your body attacking it. A lot of people watching are like, what is lupus? Lupus is an autoimmune disease where your body just full on goes into a big attack on itself. And it was going far gone. It was going deep. And to the point where he was giving her medication, the doctor, for the lupus. But that same medication was eating away at her bones. And she would complain saying like, my legs are killing me. And he was like, he was so heartless. He was like, I don't care if your legs are killing you. I'm here saving your life, which we didn't know. It was that level of magnitude. Came to deteriorate both of her knees. They had to be replaced. They were just gone. Both of her hips have been broken. And when they're broken, because your body and bone is dead, it takes longer to heal. So poor thing, that's what I mean. She's just adventurous. We practically live there. It was to the point that the mandem that I talk about put together an offering kind of for my parking because I was there every day. And she never once like questioned God as to why me. She's coincidentally, and I gotta say this, and you can believe in angels or not, she was due September 11th when she was born. My mother's birthday is August 31st. So we were going with her, and Heather and me were going to the cemetery to visit my mom. And she was like, I think we got to go to the hospital. And I'm like, I felt a little upset because I'm like, that's all I got is my little time here. Why are we there? But as soon as we got there and they said she's in labor, I'm like, it's a girl. Like that time we didn't even know. I knew she's born on my mother's birthday. So I believe, like how my mother had to go through struggle. Unfortunately, Jaleesa's been blessed, but she has to go through struggle. And it was hard on our family, to be honest with you, because we didn't know what it was. We heard, Tony Braxton has it, Snoop has it, but they're rich. Like, what is this disease? Different. So, I joined in as an advocacy, and that child just kept going. Like, valedictorian again. 23 scholarships. Amazing. Went to Western, which was scary for me because I've never been far up. But she didn't. And she graduated again with honors, and she's working on her master's to be a doctor. She'd have been a doctor if it wasn't lupus right now already. So her courage and to move on in the legacy continues. We did our walk over in the park this year, and she just keeps going. She's a strong girl. And she's a strong girl. And don't get me wrong,
I seen
nights on top of nights, food, the drugs, what she eats. Like, she's had to go through so much adversity that, who am I to be like, I'm a tutor, my back hurts.
When you see that,
So, I'm an adversary. I started the J. Martin Foundation to help, help with raising funds with that. And I also help within the arts. And she's very, much of what I am. You know what I mean? And she called me out on my shit. Excuse my language.
Call you out.
I have 3 amazing daughters and a son, for those who are watching. And she is, I wouldn't say she's most like me, but she's the most challenging because she'll challenge you. The others are not going to let me walk over there. But she's going to bring it. Like, why you do this? And I'm like, listen, because she's so thought-provoked, and I always feel challenged with Jaleesa. So continue to keep her in your prayers. If you're watching, I'll always take the prayers for all my daughters, but especially Jaleesa, who's going through lupus on a daily basis. I would love her to be cured and try to live what normal life she could.
As much as we can. I read her story, and I always see your posts online, especially around Lupus Awareness Month. You really are an advocate, and you champion, and you
this
raise
is their colors,
that,
so that's why I love it. This is Lupus colors.
This is purple for that. So her fight with lupus, how has it changed your perspective on life, work, and even comedy?
It does, because you kind of just you value life a little more. You can't take things for granted. You know what I mean? And your celebrations are so much big celebrations. Like, I'm a public figure who wants to be a private figure, which knows that you can't be a public figure without being a private. I can't be a private figure in public. So a lot of my stuff I hold close to home. But to be truth be told, like, dealing with these issues and using it in your favor because you're popular. Like, people were showing up on the walk just because you're J Martin. I saw the walk and I bought the T-shirt
support,
and I wanted to support it. And
definitely
she raised I think she raised the most out of all of the group for that. And I didn't have to go fund me. They just walked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the people that showed up in the morning and the T-shirts, they're just like, I didn't even know they were coming.
Yeah.
That's the true blessing of what I do in comedy.
Yeah,
allows it.
That helps with your perspective on life, work, and that's amazing, Comedy is often about joy and an escape.
Mm-hmm.
But as a parent navigating something so heavy, how do you balance, those two?
All my kids are phenomenal. They know what I do. They do a lot of parenting each other.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, even now, my son, you'd think, oh, you have JJ, he's your son. His sisters and mom know him much more because they grow up and I'm always out and on the road. But it's so nice that the young man he's become and how we correspond now. And he's a gem. He's a gem.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not your average father and son where you're like, all right, kid, I played soccer, you play soccer. I tell jokes, you tell jokes.
You let them,
like, you know what I mean? He really has his own. And now I just stare and look at him going, look at my creation. But our creation. But it's a balance. It's a balance. But yeah, they've been good. They don't want not. I make sure then my kids get everything that had I been working a 9 to 5, they get if they need. They're humble. They realize that certain things happen when daddy's year is good. At the time of year is good. Birthday time, different times. They're always happy with that. So it's good.
That's really good. That's good. Your kids are mini J Martins in a way.
In a way, yes. Shout out to my daughter Kiana, who I love dearly. She works with foster kids and at the bank. Everyone has their own. And Shalina, the oldest, she's a teacher and she's getting married this weekend.
All right.
I'm so happy and looking forward to.
Congrats.
My older daughter Kiana too. She's married too, so I've got to walk two
of your daughters. Amazing,
which is awesome. And I'm looking forward to it. Jaleesa, hurry up, I get married. I'm going to do something
2 for 3
at the wedding because I'm going to dance with all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Father-daughter dance, and we worked out a little routine. Our hopes to go viral, but I get to dance. What father gets to dance with all of
That's true. So, I love that. You're a girl.
I'm a girl dad. JJ, I'm sorry. I'm a girl dad. I love my son, definitely, but I'm a girl dad. They're all awesome.
I like that you take pride in that. That's really good. Need to see more of that.
Yeah, guys, be girl dads and get out there and be proud of your daughters.
You've done walks and fundraising, as you mentioned, for lupus awareness. Why is advocacy so important to you personally, though?
Personally, I just think, people don't understand the struggles, the late nights, like... the why me and her are close is because we're always up at 2, 3 in the morning. When I come in from a show, she's the first person I see, and that's when it's rough. So the advocacy is so important for people to know that other people take for granted just waking up, take for granted just having, food and certain things. So I don't want to be the guy that takes that for granted. And I want everyone to know that this is not easy. So think about all the people that go through different pains and struggles, what they're dealing with.
What message would you share with other parents who might be dealing with a child facing chronic illness?
Wow. You know what? I think so many people within our culture tend to pull away when they're going through that.
That's true.
And I think the first thing you should do is look to someone else that's going through it so that you guys can show empathy. I just recently heard news of a gentleman that I see almost every weekend, and I heard his daughter has diagnosed with it, and he's like, oh, it's okay. And I'm like, don't shy away from it.
Yeah.
It's not okay. I would encourage anyone that has a child or a family member with chronic illness to look for someone else who has the same thing.
Same thing.
Compare notes. Even with people that have parents that are getting older, suffering from dementia. My dad died of dementia. It's not easy.
It's not.
You know what I mean? And the only way that you get through it is talking to someone with those same situations. I lost my brother last year, to drugs and substance abuse in Vancouver. And he's the one that taught me everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And we were just together days before, you know what I mean? And to have to go out there and go get him and come back, those were one of the hardest days of my life. And trust me, I did not feel funny. I did not want to tell a joke.
Yeah.
I was just on stage as a zombie.
Yeah.
But I needed it because it's my my source of revenue.
Yes.
And it was not easy. So I shout out to my girl. She's probably like, whatever. But her name is Vosita. She had a birthday celebration. And at the time, we had to do another event, and Julie Mango was here. So she got me and Julie Mango to host it. But I finally shook that demon and returned back to being Jay Martin.
You see?
And man, I was like, oh, I never want to go back there again.
Yeah.
If anyone's like, oh, in your 30 years when we were blocked, definitely last year. And, to that, I don't know if my hand will show it because my shirt kind of tight.
Oh, yes.
I'm not a tattoo guy, but I tattoo Mr. Metro.
Mr. Metro.
Just as a reminder for healing. Basically, I'm not at the stage where I can watch videos with us in it because he lived in Vancouver and would send me videos at the time. I'm not there.
You're not there yet.
But it's
a process.
That it's a process.
Yeah.
Grow with it. And, I've never had a tattoo in my life. And why did I get it? Because I don't want his legacy to be forgotten.
Yes.
And I want everyone to see that I'm all right. I'm getting better.
You're getting better.
Yeah.
That's a mental health tip there.
Big time. Mental health is a big time.
Especially when you said that circle, that like-minded circle that you need to be in that, if you're going through that, try and find someone.
You have to.
You can't go through it alone.
No.
That's really good advice. Really good advice.
Yeah.
How does your family journey influence the legacy you want to leave behind? Not just as a comedian, but as a father and a community leader.
They all love it. I think my family encourages it. I come from a very big family in terms of cousins. We did a reunion in 2019, and we had 150 there. In the hotel I had alone, I had 93, and my cousins from England had another 30. So we roll as a big family.
Big family, yeah.
On my father, the Martin side, and they're always encouraging. Like, I got one cousin who's a professor, and she went on. She woke up in the morning and saw Jay Martin show on the ticker at the Rose Theater, which is happening on November 23rd. 30 years of comedy. My little shameless plug. But 30 years of comedy as at the Rose Theater. She's like, "Hey, cousins, my big cousin Jay is on doing a big show for 30 years." And I'm like, I didn't tell you that. There's always family that's supporting and encouraging the legacy.
It's very important to have.
And, it's so funny because, there was a time period, if you remember, when every time someone passed away, there was a GoFundMe or put something on the bank account. And I'm just like to say, anybody who's out there in entertainment, pay life insurance. Stop having our people have to say, oh, there's blacks on TV.
Yeah.
I beg for money. And I saw it go. Like, we just need to put a little bit aside for that future. So my legacy will be left. I'm confident that when I'm gone, there'll be a lot of Jay Martin jokes. Remember, Jay did this and Jay did that. And I feel so supported by our people.
Yes.
I just recently saw that this YouTube or internet comedian was at the Air Canada Center, Drewski, and it sold out with like 18,000. And people wanted their money back because they didn't laugh. And I'm like, I'm out here slaying, make y'all laugh. I don't need 18,000. There ain't no way you're coming to a Jay Martin show and not laugh. This is not possible. And you don't have to ask for your money back. I mean, the ticket there about $40. You gotta go pay at parking and
all in one,
everything up there.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, see, I think the world we're living in, it just should make wise choices to support those that are doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't feel supported. Trust me, I feel so supported.
You are supported.
I want us to know that don't leave us just because Chris Brown's in town.
Yeah.
Or Vibes is in town. Or I'm not saying that you can't go to them. I'm just saying remember us.
Remember. I like that you're so grounded. There's a lot of comedians and even Toronto artists that they're up there.
Yes.
You're here with us.
You know what? And it's funny you say that because
I love that.
even though they're up there and some of them that I par with, we're still a group. Like,
Okay.
party anytime.
Yeah, that one day.
Them big man there.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Some of them are cool. Like, Cardi's the one that introduced me to Dave Chappelle, and he's one of my favorites of all
Yes.
time. I would have never made him if it was not for Cardi. And Cardi's like, Cardi, this is my man, Jay, and he is one of that fun. It's my man. To hear talking to like, the king like that,
Yeah.
it's been great. I have met so many that people don't even know that never treated it like that. Like, trust me, I can give you guys stories till you're blue in the face. You'd have to have me on another pod. But all of the entertainers that I've performed with, from Cedric to Steve Harvey to Eddie Griffin to Tracy Morgan to Jamie Foxx, the list just goes on and on and on and on of the experiences I've had with these celebrities and stars. And you know, some of them treat you well and some of them don't. But the respect is that we're all a part of a community.
Yes.
And we do this to make people feel better about themselves. Yeah, the money gets to some of them, but
Yeah.
I like to say grounded. That's the biggest
Yeah, you
compliment
are.
you can give me.
Definitely. You know, if I see you out there, you don't come across kind of like, who are you? And you always remember who I am.
I do.
You know, I really
Cool. Like
appreciate
every
that.
time you've addressed me or called me on a subject,
Yeah.
I might be busy
you
at the
give
time, but I'll circle back and we'll talk about it. And I like how
means a lot.
you're innovative. You
Thank
you
you.
bob and move. You know what I mean?
Bob and
Us talking is not based on the first thing we talked about.
No.
You know what I mean? So I am proud of you. I'm proud of you for taking this on. I'm jealous, not jealous. Should I not want podcast? But it's coming, and I came here to see how y'all do it.
Definitely gonna come.
It's coming,
Yeah,
and
man.
I wish you nothing but
Thank you.
renowned success.
Thank you so
and
much.
everyone to tune in and keep getting guests that are bringing that level of energy
Yes.
that people want to see. That's
Yes,
the key to it. So if there's any way I can help, I'll try my best.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna reach out to you. But you kind of touch on it a little bit. I want to know, who are some of your top
All right,
comedians
so
that you look up to?
I'm going to give you my top
Give
five.
me feel them too.
My top five's not everybody's top five.
All right, here we go.
I'm telling you right now, some names you might be like, serious?
Yes.
My top five,
Yes.
believe it or not, doesn't have Richard Pryor like everybody else because I never saw him.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Richard.
Something that when comedians are like, "Oh, you're not rating Richard."
Yeah.
Mine are simple. Mine are definitely Bernie Mac, the late great Bernie.
Yes, for sure.
He was energetic. He was a
Funny guy. Yeah, man.
I do like Cat Williams because I've seen him live and he's incredibly funny off the cuff. I'm going
Cat
to
Williams.
more.
Yes, man. Ready.
All right, then next I do have Eddie Murphy because of all the movies.
All the movies and the different characters that he can play.
Yeah. Number two is the great Oliver Samuels.
Oh, Oliver
That
had to
guy,
be up there.
He's in mine because
That's a
when I
legend.
had to go to church, all I could watch was Army checking in. From Oliver Samuels, we've grown to be good friends. I've written a TV series with him? For him.
Oh, amazing.
He's celebrating his anniversary on the 4th of November.
Yes.
And I'm
I
one of
saw
the hosts and one of the presenters.
Excellent.
I'm very proud. Oliver Samuels, without him, there's no me. And of course, Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle,
Dave
number
Chappelle's
one.
the greatest. I'm going to
He is
honor
really
or
funny.
mention though, and I'm only saying this because he's been so forgotten of his comedic work because of what happened in his life. But Bill Cosby was the absolute man.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone just skips over him for whatever happened to him in jail. Like his whole life work is turned away.
Sure.
And I don't condone whatever happened outside of that.
But the body of
comedically,
work, yeah.
he would just be everything I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So that's my 5+1 list of
Number one, I do.
Oh, Dave just makes
He's
it look too
hilarious.
easy. I've seen him so
He just does it like it's nothing. You know, he's just up there talking like a regular conversation. Yeah.
Hey, what are you saying, man? Like he's just that guy. Yes.
Dave Chappelle, love that. You know, there's a comedian as well, Robin Williams, the late great Robin Williams. You know, he had his struggles and he went through that dark moment. And when he passed, people were surprised
Right.
of his his passing. In moments of personal pain or challenges, how does humor serve as healing for you?
Robin Williams, every one of us comedians went through that. Every one of us comedians have had the darkest days where we wanted to not live. Mine are endless.
Yeah.
Robin Williams just the most courageous in his way to just end it because he couldn't deal with it
Couldn't
anymore.
deal with it.
We then suffer in silence, and I know a lot of great comedians that understand it. And the world we live in is, we're like that nurturer that makes you guys laugh, then who makes us laugh? Those times, right? Because it's so lonely. I don't even think comedians laugh. Like all of my real comedian friends.
Yeah.
If you notice us, we don't really.
You don't
laugh.
really laugh.
We'll say hilarious, good joke. My laugh duck's done. Like you really have to get me to be
yeah.
It has to be.
That's true. I just realized
we
that.
Don't
I'm
laugh.
We'll
be like, oh my gosh, that's
don't
funny.
laugh.
That's hilarious. That's why we're able to do funny things without breaking character.
Wow.
We make for such good actors.
Yeah.
Because we've heard so many jokes
many things like
that our laughter is like minimal. So, you think of the greats like Jim Carrey and all these guys. They've been laughing so long.
Yeah.
That they don't laugh anymore. I laugh when I want to be around my friends, or I'll say, "You just made me laugh." They're like, "But I don't hear it." Like it's there. It's there.
Okay.
It's there. I just don't want to work up the energy to use it again.
Oh man, yeah! Shout out to Robin Williams. Mental health, a big part of my podcast. I really, want to shine light on it, and I like the fact that you touched on that and how you said comedians really go through that sometimes, and people don't see it because you're a comedian. You make other people laugh. So
it's like any other job when you go to work and you're not feeling well. You still got to drive the bus. You still got to thing. But our work is make you laugh. So we have to.
I get it.
Pull off all of that and be like, okay, run these jokes. It's not easy.
You do a lot of events and promotions besides tell jokes. Bruk Pocket Pawty. I saw the flyer for that with your picture on a $5 bill.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna say the guy's name because I don't want to fraud him out. But we did a New Year's Eve party, and I felt I should have been paid a little more.
A little bit more.
I brought a band and we sang and we told jokes, and I sold, like, I'm not even lying, close to $17,000 worth of tickets and rooms. Ooh. And at the end of it, he was like, I put up the money for this event, and it wouldn't happen without my money. Yeah. So I'm paying myself first. I was like, what do you mean?
I
said, I could easily get 1,000 people at $5 and make $5,000. He said, then do it. So I did it.
Okay.
The next year, I did it. Not spitefully, but I figured after every Christmas, before New Year's, there's always a Saturday.
Yes.
There's always
That's the chance.
And I would book the Saturday after Christmas, before New Year's. And it started at $5.
You see, the Bruk Pocket Pawty.
And I just did one Friday for my birthday, and it had 800 people. So I did for anniversary. See, cause life will get rough. You can't do that with $5 again. So I put it up to 10. It went up to 20, but for this birthday, I did it at 10, and we had 800.
Yeah, I saw.
So it's to me a community thing.
Yeah,
I like some people like I don't see you. I don't really dance much anymore. I stay in the back. I drink a little drink and I keep quiet. But every time I pop my head out, they're like, the best party ever.
Bruk Pocket Pawty.
And some people have come to me and be like, why would you throw a Bruk
Pocket Party?
And it's not that I'm saying our mentality is broke. It's just times get a little rough. And I got kids to take care of, take care of groceries for them. So why can't I go out
and
in a pair of jeans, pay a $10 ticket in advance, and go enjoy myself? It just makes sense. So Bruk Pocket Party will never end.
Never.
People really enjoy it.
I've never been.
It's a treat. It's a treat. So one time try to get through because the music's good. People are mature. I sell food there.
Yeah, I've seen the advertisement. Yeah.
I sell food there and go from there.
Bruk Pocket. Do you find that comedy and music naturally blend together at these events, or you have to work to strike that balance?
the name Renaissance came from me bringing music and comedy together. I think it's a treat to be able to have the both of them together. They're cousins. They're cute. They work out, and I like doing it. So there's always music with comedy. It's a great treat.
And the other event that you host too, well, I'm not sure. You host this one, the Trinidad versus Jamaica Mother's Day. Yeah. That's you, right?
100%. Quick story. We were in Jamaica doing a comedy festival, me and John Paul. We were in Hellshire Beach, and we were in the water, socially distanced, because it's Jamaica. If you have 2 man in the water, I'll be at the same time. Even he's laughing at that. And we're like, guess what? We should do a show. What? Stay there. Guess what? We should do a show. Jamaica, we're there, the 2 man can't stand up in the water, and I go in a big conversation. Anyway, no, please don't get me in trouble. But, we were there, and we should do it, and we did it, and it's going on 22.
Yeah.
We do it every Mother's Day.
Every Mother's Day.
Lupus, and people look forward to it. It's been hard though, because again, I keep that show clean up.
Yes.
And some people think clean is just not bad. With this year, one lady meet me in the parking lot. Mr. Martin, you have somebody didn't curse, but they talk some vulgarity. I don't like it. And I'm like, okay. So this year, I'm going to make sure that everyone knows that clean is clean. And church people come. Come out. Now,
Mother's Day event, always.
So thank you for plugging Trinidad versus Jamaica, hitting 22 years this year. It's a big deal.
We want to get into your legacy and your impact. What influence do you hope to leave in comedy, community, and family?
I hope to leave the J. Martin Foundation, which will be a legacy of people who are in the arts that have the opportunity to do bigger things. When I was young, my dad used to say, how can you be a master of trade, a jack of all trades, and master of none? They wanted you to be one specific thing, and I am definitely not one specific thing. Nope. So I want to make sure that when my foundation is built up and going, that we are going to recognize individuals that are multi-talented. I want my family to be, board of directors to help run it. I want to be able to leave a legacy that laughter is there. And I know it's there. I'm not calling me out. I'm getting older. I'm not retired. But I want to leave a legacy, and I think we're doing a good job.
Doing a very good job.
I am shamelessly plugging my real estate aspects of J. Martin Villas, which I've opened up last year in Ocho Rios, 2 villas.
Amazing, really?
Side by side. Yeah, you go to jmartinvillas.com. Comes with a personal chef if you want him to hire.
Really?
And we are booked solid. Like, we're 2 houses booked solid. The chef is amazing. It's right in Ocho Rios, and it overlooks the whole situation. It's beautiful. So I plan to expand that across different countries. I'm going to buy one in Barbados, as well as J. Martin Villas in Antigua and Trinidad. I'm trying to get John Paul to help us get
you get one there.
But it's great. You know what I mean? The opportunities, it's very much shout out to Heather, who has us top 1% in Jamaica's Airbnbs, because she gets 5 stars all the time.
That's
controlling it. But we have the greatest reviews. Like, we're on it, and it's not easy, but we do it, and people seem to enjoy this day. I have 14 guys coming in the next month. And then 17 guys coming in November. Then 24 people coming
way in advance.
I got to buy houses.
Oh my
have my chef cook shit down all kind of cockroaches, new rags. We go to every detail. So please, people, if you're going on vacation, think about going to jmartinvillas.com.
Oh my gosh, that's really good. You're doing so much. Kind of ties in with what I was gonna say. What are you currently working towards? And that kind of sounds like you're looking to expand those areas. I'm looking to
expand those areas. I have also the rights to a vodka company in Jamaica called 3 Kilos. We just touched down there last year. It is a beautiful blend of vodka, and we shipped over 20,000 bottles there. So we're just interacting and coinciding with some of the people. We all know that Jamaica's a rum country. Stop telling me this. I've been having it sop on my head from I'm a baby. But 3 Kilos Gold is a beautiful bottle, pristine, premium vodka that we have offered out in Jamaica, which I am a part owner of. So I take advantage of these opportunities so that they
very nice.
One of them boss, as they said. And I don't have to work anymore.
No more.
Oh man, I can do podcasts. I can go and do podcasts. Because I don't like you. I ask people that bug a question. I'd be like, yeah, so how do I pay my mortgage? Don't worry about that. Answer the next question, please.
I cannot. What advice would you give to basically any young person dreaming of the creative life, especially in comedy? Because it's a hard
road. Comedy is a hard road. Let me start off by saying it's not a team sport. That was the best advice that John Paul and Russell Peters gave me. It's not a team sport. So when weird things happen, which weird things have happened to me on more than one occasion, I realized that. But for a comedian coming up in its times right now, I would challenge them to make people laugh around them with people they don't know. Yeah. Because it's easy to make people who know you laugh. It's harder to make people who don't know you laugh. I would tell them to write their jokes in a diverse way that affects more people. I would tell them also that, don't follow the norm. Don't be like the fish swimming among the other fishes. Try to find an original way to deliver yourself. Yes. Because when you surround yourself with people, you just become an extension of who they are. We've named numerous circumstances where it's good and bad. Yep. So create your own identity. Know your lane. And you know what would be nice when you have the camaraderie with them? Some of them will be like, hey, man, I got this joke for you. That's more your style. Like I've had jokes that I've given to Trix and John Paul that that fits them. That's nice. I can't say. They've done the same for me. You know what you should do? Or we're talking, we crack two jokes and they go, you better use that. Yeah. God, me better you techie. You know what I mean? And that's what we do. So any advice to keep them going, keep going. There's going to be some rough days. Like the first time I got practically booed. It was horrible. You got booed? I can't see that. Definitely. Trust me. My first time I bombed, that's what they call it, wasn't like, I don't bomb in little places. Like, me take big bombs. You know what I mean? Like, I bomb like, if I'm going to bomb, I'm going to bomb in class. My first bomb was in Niagara Falls. They're like, J. Martin, you're booked in Niagara Falls. I had Russell's agent. I feel say a big soup, 6 months in, who can talk to me. Yeah. I went there. I thought it was like the real casino. No, it's a little bad room where everyone loses their money and they're miserable. Yeah. And I just have a clock. There's nobody introducing you. A clock and it's 30 minutes. And I couldn't make it past 21. Like, it was bad. It was bad, eh? What? Oh, no. And another time I got beaten was in the Halifax Comedy Festival. I wrote material thinking Halifax had beer black people, but beer white people. And it didn't work. I had to rewrite. I wanted to. Yeah, you looked it up. So there's 2 times I've got back up. Not boo. I've never been booed. Yeah, that's what I meant. My material isn't offensive. Okay. My boo, and quite frankly, I don't stink. I know how to do it. Yeah. So I might have had they're not laughing, but I've never been booed. No. Okay, because me say. I know, you're like, who can boo you? No, I've never been booed. I've never been like, boo, get off the stage. No, sir. I'm too energetic. I'm too back. The next story, back. You know, I pop up and gone. Like, I rather run with my pride than have you stand up and blue man. That sucks. Yeah, you can't boo you. You're joyful. You're always funny. There's always just positivity just beaming from you. So thanks. We're going to get into a little segment I like to call the fun rapid fire segment. All right. We know one. Yeah. That's your wind down, rapid fire? All right. I'm ready. Just pick the answer that best fits who you are. Or tell me a little bit. First show you ever watched that made you laugh? Are you talking TV? Personally, yes. Or live? TV again is TV. Oliver and Bill Cosby. First one live was Cosby. I got tickets. I was working at Bell, and this guy Cliff Smith gave me tickets, and I went out there, and I went with my dad. It's the only show. That's the first one. And I was like dying laughter, and I was like, "This is what I want to do." Oh, that's amazing! And your comedy or drama? Comedy. But that was a trick. I like drama's cool and all, but like, oh man, it's really a relationship. And I'm like, I make fun of that stuff. Comedy's my thing. You kind of touched on this one, but your favorite comedian, past or present? Just one. Just one? Mm-hmm. Just one. Just the one. Maybe you're your top 5, but just give it the what? One is going to be Dave. It's going to be Dave. If it's one guy that I have to hear for the rest of my life, it's going to be Dave. It would be Dave. It would be Dave. If you weren't a comedian, what would you be doing? If I wasn't a comedian, I could go back in time, I would be a real estate agent.
Really?
Yeah, I think I would have killed that and been rich at the time. I always wanted to be a lawyer, but I would have been, if I could wheel back the time, I would have went to college and took a real estate course. And people, because I have a trusting amongst people.
Yeah, and people trust
and
you.
I would just sell houses. By now, I'd have ripped through a bag of millions.
Oh.
That's what I would do. And they're like, it's not too late.
I was just about to say.
It's not too late. But
you know what you're doing.
they're like, Jay, you have houses.
You have time.
People now buy house again, them broke like church mouse. So I needed it when everybody had money.
One thing no one knows about you. One thing. And maybe, they'll be surprised. One thing no one knows about you.
Not no one, but a lot of people don't know that I am a 10 times better cook and baker than I am a comedian.
Really?
10 times better.
Yeah, what do you cook? Tell me what do you feel? Because I'm a foodie now. Don't get me started.
10 times better.
Okay, what dish you get down with? Like, what's your favorite dish you
can't make?
Really?
Dead serious.
You can make stew peas? That's my favorite
now.
dish.
It's in my fridge now. All of the Jamaican food, but icing cakes, baked cakes. My mom taught me everything.
Oh,
so she was just about to open a restaurant when she passed away. So I'm lazy now, but I used to make pati, cocoa bread, bun, rum cake,
everything from scratch.
All of that.
You got to get back into that. No, man.
Like buttery cocoa bread.
Oh.
Let's not even get to my oxtail and gold. It licks people down. I am a 10 times better cook than I'm a comedian. Every one of my friends knows.
I love that.
Yeah, man. That's my thing.
Big up foodie.
I'm a foodie. I not only food, I can make it and it's bad because my kids will be like, "Can you make toast?" I'm like, Mom can't make toast like how you make toast. I'm like, it's toast.
And it's toast. I was just about to say, how you make toast then?
But the key to toast is buttering it directly when it comes out of the toaster.
Oh.
So many people put it down on the table.
Yeah, and like
I bust the corner right on it on fresh butter, and they're like, "See, just the toast is delicious." Simple things like I just can cook. I really. I make gigantic pots of rice and peas and white rice shelly without no problems. There's some people it's too mushy or it's too this.
Yeah, just right.
My cooking hand.
Just right, dude.
Yes, just right.
Oh, love that. Right. And a dream guest you'd love to have on stage with you.
Ooh.
You just love to share the stage with them. You'd be like, oh my gosh.
Because I've shared
anyone.
So many. You guys have no idea when I host those.
You've had quite a few. I'm just trying to think too. I
used to be that way with Brian McKnight. I met him so many times. I opened for Barris so many times. I was the same way. Barris, Torres. I've done them so many times. They know my jokes. I don't know who would I love to share the stage with. My goodness, that's such a good question. I should have answered this already. I think, I've done the Bryans and all those big artists that are now, wow. You know what? I'm a big fan of.
Yes.
Would be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I love Thames.
Oh,
she's a newer artist,
all
but
right.
she speaks to my soul like how Sade used to speak to my soul.
Shout out to Sade.
Everybody else is big, like the whole Drakes and this, that, but Thames.
Okay.
I really love Thames.
Nice. You see?
Different. Oh, sorry.
Yes, you remember, yes.
And Floetry. Marsha Ambrosius. I love Floetry. I know.
Floetry.
Man will be like, so you're not going to use bulky? No, I love Floetry, and I love definitely girl dash. I love Floetry. Even Coco, I've done New Year's Eve with from SWV. I've done so many events with
so many artists, so many celebs. Oh my gosh, that's why that was a hard one for you because you're like, oh my gosh,
so many. I have pictures with so
many
of them. It's ridiculous.
You're blessed, truly blessed.
Mm-hmm.
This brings us to a segment of our show called Good Things Are Coming. I usually leave my listeners and viewers with a positive affirmation to help them get through the week. So I'm going to do a little Good Things Are Coming, and then I'm going to ask Jay to leave a little Good Things Are Coming for you guys as well. So good things are coming because laughter carries us through darkness and connects us to one another.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah. Let's have you drop a little something. Good things are coming because.
Okay, good things are coming because, simply put, there's an energy that's in the world right now for someone to be better. better than they were yesterday. And it starts with each day.
Love that.
Walking a better step, doing a little bit more, because life is not promised. I'm a walking representation of life not being promised, because everyone around me that I've loved in my family is almost gone, siblings and people. So I say this speech or this poem at the end of my show. I say, live for tomorrow, because we got to live for today.
Yes.
Right? And I say, before Netflix and chill, 30 inches of snow flurries, let's get back to the Monie Podcast series.
I love that. Good things are coming.
Good things are
Snap to that one. Jay, thank you so much for being so honest, so, vulnerable, hilarious. This conversation showed us not just the comedian side of you, but the man behind the laughter, your love, your struggles, your heart.
Truth.
You've given so much today, and I hope you guys were blessed by just watching this or even listening and possibly taking notes on everything that he said.
Oh my goodness.
Taking notes.
I want to thank you for getting me out here and putting me in an environment that's comfortable.
Yes.
Clean and tidy.
You see it.
Very well put together. I wish nothing but the best for you. I don't know how long you've been doing it, but I know
Thank you.
It's something new that I've heard about, and I wish for nothing but success for you. And being here, being able to be vulnerable and actually tell my truth, I hope someone actually grabbed a little piece out of it.
Exactly.
And decided to say, well, Jay did it this way and did that. And nothing's perfect, guys. Trust me. But the fact that I tried, no one can't say I didn't try. And nothing beats a trial but a failure, my mom used to say, and I am definitely not a failure.
Not a failure.
So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate your story. And to everyone listening, remember that your story matters in all of its glory. Bye for now.
See you next time.